where the Tanis Diet meets low blood pressure. That's what I've been working on. And so I'm Tanis Coralee Leonhardi, and I developed the Tanis Diet and its variations for weight loss and weight maintenance, weight regulation, specifically focusing on staying active. So it has a strong physical activity component. So it might not be the diet for everyone. However, it is what I do. That's why I named it the Tanis Diet. And so I have the Tanis Diet, a playlist on this YouTube channel, Tanis Leonhardi, and I have the Tanis Diet definitions. And so you can check those out if you want. And this is another definitions video. And specifically, it's related to low blood pressure. So my initial low blood pressure protocol was quick fix. Is 850 to 1450 more calories for the day as a quick fix. Now, the thing about my low blood pressure is I really started focusing in on it in 2015 to 2019, and it can feel like, depending on the severity of the low blood pressure and how long it's kind of been a thing as like a flare-up. I've naturally had lower blood pressure, like for instance, when I was growing up, I was overweight and the doctors kind of encouraged me to lose weight. However, I think part of the reason they didn't press me like, you need to lose weight right now, was because I still had a healthy blood pressure, even though I was overweight and not doing any exercise and stuff. And so, like, you can think of it as people who at least are published as, you know, potentially having higher blood pressure, maybe don't get as much exercise and are overweight and stuff like that. That kind of thing, tend to have high blood pressure. I had normal blood pressure. And so when I'm more active and I perhaps moderate what I eat, my blood pressure can be on the low end of healthy. And that's a reading on a device, and I've had that, I've gone into the doctor's office and had that kind of even gotten some of those, had those like, whoa, moments, like at the dentist office when they take it and they're like, whoa, that's low, or it's so low the device doesn't register a number. And so low blood pressure, I started kind of figuring out it was low blood pressure, even though some of the symptoms had existed before 2015 in my life. I'm approximately 31 years of age, filming this Tuesday, 17 October 2023. And I'd say kind of the two big things are, like, I can feel like the blood in my veins is kind of like a slushy. I just feel really weird. Okay, and not like I feel cold or I feel hot or kind of stuff, but it's just like I feel weird. And the best way I can describe it is kind of like slushy in my veins. And then the other one is it'll affect, this is kind of a weird phrasing, but it does not affect my sense of balance, which is an actual sense. Like, there's the 5 main senses: sight, smell, touch, taste, hearing. Is that something like that? There's actually a bunch, there's like 5 other senses that are human senses as well. Like, there's one that's an actual thermal perception is one, or sensing, which is different than touch. And then balance is another one. That depending on how like much one lives out of like a controlled environment, those senses might actually be even more important than like smell or sound or hearing kind of thing. So my low blood pressure actually affects not my sense of balance, but my perception of my sense of balance. So think of like, I'm not a klutz, but I feel like I'm warping. So, which might not be very helpful, but it's like, I know I'm perfectly fine and the house isn't going to fall down, but my body feels like it's warping. Okay, and that's, I feel like it gets pretty bad. And I need a different amount of calories to address the low blood pressure. And so what I've been working on is, if I start to pick up on this is a low blood pressure thing, sometimes I only need, and this is the definition, is if I pick up on it early, or you have low blood pressure or something similar and you pick up on it early, what I have found to stay on the Tanis Diet and its variations is I don't need that much more calories, the 850 to 1450. I just need 300 of the right calories. So if I really need sugar, have 300 calories of Reese's peanut butter cups, and I'm good to go. If I don't catch it early, or I do, but I don't eat the right thing, it kind of continues to grow in intensity until it is addressed. So the 850 to 1450 is like maybe like 3 days in to like low to moderate intensity of blood pressure. If it kind of dip, if it gets really bad, it can take me multiple days eating like 2,000 plus more calories of the right thing to address it. So it's a frustrating thing because people are like, why are you upset? You get to eat whatever you want. It's to make your, like, to address the low blood pressure. And I'm like, those calories of whatever I want are extra calories that I can't, right? I'm in my everyday life, I don't have like I'm not going to go out and exercise, run for 3 more hours just to burn off the 2,000 calories I need to do, which might then make my blood pressure even lower, right? So there's a little bit of, well, it sounds like a great thing because I can eat stuff, or a lot of stuff that some people can't eat, that there's still calories in that food. Right? So I say if one goes over the 850 to 1450, that's kind of like the gate, so to speak, of like that's the maximum tolerance. If I've let the blood pressure attack or dip get bad enough, and if it's over 1,450 calories are necessary, that's on me. Penalty, I'm off diet. Right? If I have to eat more than that to address it, it doesn't count as being on diet. So this is a way of saying the Tanis diet and its variations I have designed and I'm defending here to address the rewarding of catching low blood pressure early so it doesn't snowball and keep getting worse, or something else. I'm hoping, like, if you have something similar, right, this is designed to reward paying attention and addressing it at the earliest opportunity and giving a little bit of grace. So the 850 to 1450 is kind of an upper bound, but it can be addressed earlier as well and still count as being on diet. So that's that. The Tanis diet and its variations, adjustments for low blood pressure.